From preps to pros and everything in between, it's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Live from the Lee Company studio. With the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Hump Day edition of Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We are live from the Lee Company studio. Glad to have you with us here in Radio Land, on the interwebs, wherever you may be taking us in. WZYX 94.5 The Eagle until 5 p.m. tonight. 1017 WKOM all the way till 6 o'clock. Again, thank you guys for being with us. We certainly appreciate it. As we got a heck of a show today. Jam-packed full of stuff to talk about, and we're going to get going here momentarily. But first, Mo, what's up?
Not much, man. Just our start time kind of snuck up on me a little bit, and I'm still over here taking care of some show prep. So,
well, that's okay. We'll get there in just a minute.
Well, we've got the first segment taken care of, so there's that. That's all.
And that's really all that matters
at this point, yeah.
Because that's the one we're in. We'll worry about the next one tomorrow. Oh man, tell you, JP working hard over there on the video and the board, and we
always the hardest working guy in the room.
We appreciate that, certainly. Mo, let's get into some top stories because we have quite a few.
We do.
Couple of real quick notes. One, we're going to talk about this one in the next segment, so we'll just touch on it right here. Tennessee and Pittsburgh football, September 11th.
And somehow this was news to both of us.
I don't know how I didn't realize that Tennessee and Pitt were playing, but
the second game of the season.
I guess I was just overlooking this season, looking forward to the future. I guess that's the only thing that I can think of. I have no idea. So those two teams are playing one another, and there is a unique connection between those two.
That people of a certain age may not know.
It's kind of like if Alabama and Texas A&M had played, in the 70s or something.
Well, I guess Alabama and Kentucky when they play, maybe.
Yeah, but they're not in the same. They're in the same conference.
Right,
These two aren't. So
True.
That's kind of why I went with A&M.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the best coach to that point in school history is shared by both schools.
Yeah. So it'll be the Johnny Majors Classic at Neyland Stadium on September 11th.
And that's not just,
they
newspaper fodder. That's
they didn't just draw that out of a hat,
No.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know why that wasn't the plan
from the get.
Yeah, as soon as that game was set. I mean, I don't know when it's the first game of a home-and-home series. I don't know.
I do, because I know who the AD was when it was set. I'm not saying anything because we're on in Winchester. We'll tell you about that one in the second hour.
How long has that game been on the docket?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're just being
Captain Chaos over here.
Okay, so they have played twice previously, and Majors was actually on the sidelines for both those games, in 80 and in 83. So they split. No, Pitt won them both.
Tennessee is 0-2 all time against Pitt.
No. Tennessee is 2-0.
Oh. Well, that makes more sense.
No, wait a minute. Stop. Yes. Reading is fundamental. Yeah. Pitt won the first matchup 30-6, and the second 13-3. Majors coached Tennessee in both games, falling to Jackie Sherrill in 80 and Fogue Faggio.
Jackie Sherrill coached at Pitt?
He succeeded Coach Majors at Pitt.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh.
Pitt with the SEC pipeline.
Stuff actually did happen before you were born.
Yeah, like, you finishing school. That's not accurate, I guess.
It took you long enough. I was looking over there wondering where it was because I knew it was coming.
Oh man.
I was in shock like you were with that statement.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk more about this in the next segment, or I'm going to talk more about this in the next segment. Chris may not be here. With
the spiciness of this show, I hope you got the sizzle reel coming.
with Spring Hill golf and tennis coach
And
Rick Brackney, who walked on at UT under Coach Majors. So figure he's got some stories.
exactly.
Yeah.
Real quick, couple of other notes.
Speaking of Tennessee scheduling notes,
Right?
Yeah.
Little softball coming to Columbia as
coming back to Columbia, I guess.
the Mid-State Classic returns. It will return in 2022 in March. Is that correct?
March 15th, UT and Memphis will play at Ridley Park. It's a event that has ebbed and flowed, I guess, since it began. They have taken some time off for scheduling issues. They have taken some time off for weather issues. They've taken some time off for pandemic issues. They've not played this time since 2019. So,
But they will play this year.
they are scheduled to play,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord willing.
and the creek don't rise. Yeah. So
In Little League Southeast Region Finals action, big win for Nolensville as they get a 10-run fifth.
trailing 3-0.
Went to the fifth, down 3.
Stoutened up on the offense.
Clearly they did. 10 runs in the fifth.
And that was all they needed.
Yeah, and they will go in as the
I guess the
winner
number one
of-
seed of the Southeast region.
so
Yeah.
they'll play a 2 seed out of.
And
somewhere
so,
else.
I mean, you would think. I'm not sure exactly what the format's going to be, but you'd like to think that they wouldn't be playing another number one from somewhere. As the Little League World Series shapes up this time with no international teams competing, they are taking the top 2 teams from each of the 8 U.S. regions. And so both Tennessee and Florida will advance. It's pretty cool. So I'm wondering, I hope it's going to be a 16-team double elim bracket.
I think it's 2 8 double elims, but
I
yeah,
hate that.
I think it's an East and West.
Is it East and West?
I think so.
All right, that'll be interesting. And it's Nolensville with an E, but Nolan Brown with an A, as they mentioned on the telecast on ESPN earlier this afternoon, was pretty much the star of this regional, the son of Vanderbilt pitching coach Scott Brown. For the tournament, went 12 for 20. That's 600 if you're keeping up at home. 4 home runs, 13 ribs.
So they are not in East and West. They are in the Tom Seaver and Hank Aaron brackets.
Oh, wow.
So
well, which could be East and West. I mean, Tom Seaver's a native of California. Hank Aaron's from Alabama.
nope.
Oh, so
Because
there's
Tennessee's
no
in the Tom Seaver division.
there's no geographic.
No.
Okay.
It's Tennessee and Great Lakes B. They will play on the 19th.
So Tennessee is Southeast A.
No. Great Lakes B, I guess, is just. We don't have. Yeah, we don't have. So yes, they are the Southeast A.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then, Florida is actually on the other side. They're in the Hank Aaron division.
I want to be in the Hank Aaron division.
So that's interesting. Louisiana is the only other team.
That's Lafayette, Louisiana. I caught them
And
Sunday
Texas.
afternoon playing against.
West Texas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you see the strike call that was in the left-handed batter's box, and the kid's face was just like,
In that game or in another game?
That one.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I flipped
show
it
you.
over there after the Braves got over with on Sunday afternoon. But there have been a couple. I saw one on Twitter last week that was a lot like that. And the defensive team just ran off the field like nothing happened,
Yeah.
like it was par for the course.
Well,
Kid's still standing there in the box like,
are you kidding me right now?
for real? For real?
But yeah, so it is 2 8-team
Okay.
double elim brackets.
All right. Well, and I guess the regions are a modified double elim until you get down to the championship game because, as you recall, Tennessee lost in their opener to Georgia, but did not have to beat Florida. Florida hadn't lost
Until today.
today. Yeah, so.
Yes, it is just one final. There's no.
If you are the winner and you lose in that championship game, you got to be a little salty. At least they are both going to Williamsport.
They still have a chance. Yeah, they're still going to Williamsport.
And I mean, I guess on the front end what the setup is, but still, if I've gone undefeated and losing the championship game, I'm looking for that
to
if
a team
game.
that's already lost.
Yeah.
If anybody in Columbia remembers, Nolensville's the team that eliminated Columbia's
in the state
American
tournament,
in the state tournament
up in Maryville a few weeks ago.
At least there's some consolation there. That team's going to Williamsport, so
Right.
as the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Finally, in top stories, yesterday we got a chance to go out to Columbia Central and see Tullahoma take on the Lions. That was an interesting dynamic because, as we noted, scrimmages are supposed to look more like practices than games. Well, the only thing that they didn't have that a game would have was a chain gang.
Yeah, they did not have a chain gang, but
The rest of it was pretty well.
right down to timeouts, which means somebody was keeping a clock, I guess. I mean,
They were. They were keeping like a running clock because I know at one time they were like, "Oh, we got 5 minutes for the half." Just kind of. Obviously, you got to keep some sort of timer.
yeah. But,
Unless you're up there and you just like, we'll play till dark, which is what they did.
yeah, because up there, once it gets dark, you can't play.
There
Or
are
no lights. Yeah. So
Go to the baseball field, turn those on, keep going.
I don't think you're getting on Pickle Park
I don't think so
for football. No. But Central with the 13-0 win against a team that last year went to the state quarterfinals in 4A, finished 12-1. So I think they got to feel pretty good about themselves, particularly on defense. And the kid who the last time we talked about him, I couldn't remember his last name. Nick Butler.
Yes.
I remember it now.
Ain't going to forget it.
I shan't forget it again. No.
Ain't going to forget it. After his performance yesterday, even with the fumble, I mean, despite that, he still
dropped
had
an interception too, and
did
his teammates got all over him. He probably won't drop another one either.
That was rough to watch. I felt bad for him for a second.
Did see him get 2 in one game against Dixon County last year, though. So he catches more than he drops for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But you're right. They got to look good. Story about that kind of on MainStreetPreps.com with a feature on the 3 basketball seniors who are playing football.
Well, funny you say that because only 2 of those basketball seniors are seniors.
Oh.
Yeah. Quandries Pete is a junior, as his mom texted me before I got up
She's
this
like,
morning.
stop making him older than he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Sorry.
Seniors Q Martin and Bubba Perkins both playing for the first time since middle school. Junior Quandries Pete, same situation. He hadn't played since 5th grade. And
That's insane.
Jordan Davis, a sophomore, did actually play last year, but I don't think he saw a whole lot of varsity time. But anyway, John Moore very excited about having those guys out there. And you can see more, as Chris said, on MainStreetPreps.com.
Yes, you can. All right, JP, it's about break time. So what do you say we give them the Wednesday rundown?
This is the Rundown.
In Tuesday high school volleyball action, Zion Christian defeated Riverside 3-0, 25-10, 26-24, and 25-14, the Lady Eagles. High school soccer, I believe this was a scrimmage since Cascade can't play officially until next week, but Cascade defeated Zion Christian 7-2. In high school golf, yesterday, Summit defeated Columbia Central. Indy with a 39 from Piper Davis defeated Ravenwood, and Ravenwood boys defeated Indy.
In Major League Baseball action, a doubleheader featuring the Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers take 2 from the Cubbies, 4-2 in 7 and 6-3 in the nightcap. The Braves edged the Reds 3-2 in a 1-run win for the Braves. That's a rarity these days. And the Cardinals, a 4-1 winner over the Pirates.
In televised baseball action tonight, the Dodgers continue their series in Philadelphia.
Go Dodgers.
Yes, after defeating Philadelphia last night. That game is at 6 o'clock and will be shown on ESPN. The Reds and the Braves continue their 3-game series at 6:20 on Bally Sports. That game will also be aired on our sister station, 103.7 WKRM, pregame beginning at 5:05.
That's going to do it for the Wednesday rundown on the Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. When we come back, we will have, like you said, Spring Hill Golf and Tennis coach Rick Bratney going to join us, talk about his time as a UT football walk-on under Johnny Majors. So stick around on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be right back right after this.
Tides can turn quick on the water. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered with basic plans starting at $100 a year. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Annual premium for a basic liability policy not available in all states. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Delta variant is spreading fast. All this week, Stinchfield details calls for new lockdowns, more masks, and even vaccination mandates. Watch Stinchfield tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. He reveals the truth and the big dangers. Find Newsmax on all major cable systems like DirecTV, Dish, and Xfinity, or free on Samsung, Roku, Zumo, Pluto, and more. Also, download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone. Watch Stinchfield tonight. More than 30 million Americans are tuning into Newsmax because it's real news for real people.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family-owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn. Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing the community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. 931-309-1644.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. By now you all know about Don, our service truck guy. Well, let me tell you about another member of our service team, and that's Mike Ashley. He's the guy you'll talk to when you call the office. Just call and talk to Mike one time at 931-540-0919, and you'll see why we're lucky to have him here at the Garbage Man. Thanks, Mike, for all you do to keep the Garbage Man first in service. That's 931-540-0919.
Why do people trust Tillis Jewelry with their jewelry repairs?
Hi, this is Terry Tillis. We feel each piece of jewelry is important to our customers, and they deserve the utmost care with every item that is brought to us. Your jewelry is inspected when we receive it to determine exactly what repairs are needed. A photo is taken and documented, and then it goes to our goldsmith. Once the repair is completed, the jewelry is re-inspected to make sure it has been restored to its original condition.
Come see us at Tillis Jewelry, located in Columbia and Lewisburg.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter, like the stair that only creaks when everyone else in the house is asleep. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, Beck Dental Care has been the personalized and comfortable option for the health of your smile. The caring staff maintains a high level of safety protocols and attention to detail. Advanced technology provides your choice of sedation and the best of dental implant solutions to restore complete oral health. Open until 7 p.m. 2 nights a week. 931-388-8452. Beck Dental Care in Columbia, 1603 Rosewood Drive.
Sports talk show you've always wanted. It's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. From preps to pros. Live from the Lee Company studio. With the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yow.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Coming to you on WKOM 1017 FM, WZYX 94.5, The Eagle, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, sm-tnsports.com. You can still see it live there. Pretty interesting story here, as we noted in the first segment. Tennessee's home and home with Pitt over the next 2 years will be known as the Johnny Majors Classic. This series was scheduled 6 years ago, which means it would have predated.
That would have been Dave Horton. Who was that?
It's a great question.
Who's the guy that's at Wake Forest now?
I guess it's Hart.
Is that Hart? Man, they've been through him.
Exactly. I do not know the answer to that.
Hang on.
John Curry.
There we go.
That's who I was thinking of. He was the what was the watch what was his name? The guy that's at the Raiders. Gruden watch.
Oh, yeah.
The groomers.
Groomers
were under John Curry.
Let's see. Okay, so he was Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics at the University of Tennessee from February 28th, 2017 until December 1st, 2017.
So it was
he wasn't
not
even a full year, so it wasn't him.
Curry.
So it must have been Hart.
Had to be Hart. Interesting.
That's crazy.
Anyway, it was announced 6 years ago.
So they've had 4 ADs since the end of 2016.
That's correct. It's insane.
Oh.
Nonetheless, the first game of this series, now known as the Johnny Majors Classic, will be taking place September 11th, 2021 at Neyland Stadium. Next year, on September 10th, 2022, the two teams will play at Heinz Field, the Great Big Ketchup Bottle, in Pittsburgh.
Mustard.
I never understood why Chris Berman called it the Great Big Ketchup Bottle, because Heinz does make mustard. And it's yellow.
And it's yellow.
Mm-hmm. The whole stadium is yellow.
Well, Chris Berman.
What did I say?
No. I mean,
that's what I said. Exactly. Yeah. That's why he wasn't on our list yesterday. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Oh, man. Anyway, to talk a little bit about the namesake of this classic / 2-game series. It's not really a classic. It's a 2-game series, but maybe it'll continue. I hope so. Joining us now is Spring Hill tennis and golf coach Rick Brackney, who spent some time learning under Coach Johnny Majors. Rick, welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you having me. I tell you what, when y'all were trying to come up with names, I was trying to think of it, and I was thinking of Dave Clausen, who was the offensive coordinator there for a little bit under Fulmer, who went over to Wake Forest, and then you're thinking of others. It shows you where our athletic or football program is right now when you're having to do all that and trying to remember all these different names. And in and out of the door. It's kind of sad. Hopefully we got somebody over there right now that's going to be there for a while.
It's very sad, and it's got to be sad, particularly for someone who has invested the time in it that you did, Rick, playing in that program as a walk-on. But once you get there, I mean, walk-ons, scholarships, you're all out there sweating the same sweat. So, I mean, I'm certainly not trying to distinguish between you.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, just walking out today, we're canceling a practice because of 105 heat index, and I was like, okay, back then you just took those extra sips of water from the cooler and you kept on going. This is just beyond me about this. I mean, but these kind of days it just brought you back to two-a-days. I mean, we had two-a-days. So you're going 2 days out there in this kind of heat. It was normal back then, but now you can't do it. So yeah, this is bringing back memories of those 2-a-days and spring, camps, and then you go back to the winter workouts where you're getting up for 6 a.m. Tim Karen yelling at you to get moving faster and hit it and get it, and memories just come flooding back.
And I don't do a very good Johnny Majors at all, but I would imagine if Coach Majors had been told that practice was going to be canceled over 105 heat index, he'd have hit you with a huh?
Oh, no, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna practice. What are you talking about? We're gonna get out there. We're gonna attack. We are not gonna cancel practice.
Not happening.
It was amazing, Rick. Chris sent me a screenshot regarding this news coming down earlier today about Coach Majors being recognized and honored with this ball game. And like I said, I didn't realize they were playing, but it just would have made sense to me that once that game was set, that would be the plan. I mean, I don't know if somebody just came to that realization here not too long ago that, hey, wait a minute.
Danny White's
that guy coached both these programs. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I mean, there have been rumors within the Lettermans, that they were going to do this, and of course, when Coach died last year, whether it was still going to happen, and so there was a lot of going back and forth, and
gotcha.
You still hate to say it, but Coach Fulmer and Coach Majors, even though they had somewhat buried the hatchet, were not exactly probably on the best of terms, and so whether that had anything to do with it, but I think there was a lot to go that a lot of people thought there was going to be some sort of an honor for Coach at this game, but with him passing, it just kind of all got up in the air, and then of course you have a new athletic director. Is it still going to happen? So I'm glad they did. I didn't know that they were doing it until Mo called me about this, a couple hours ago. I didn't know that they were doing it, so I'm glad they are.
I think
it just came down a couple hours ago.
and I think you have to be careful when you use buried the hatchet with Johnny Majors and Philip Fulmer as well, as we are on in Winchester.
That's why I said somewhat.
I'll tell you.
The handle may be buried, but the sharp point may be sticking out.
One end or the other. We're not sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the things that, as we talk about whether this was going to happen or not, and this is just me and I am a Tennessee fan, so please, y'all don't come for me in the comments. There are tickets available, and it's a noon kickoff.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to put butts in seats, this will get a few more in there. Whether there may be some, it's probably going to be a much older crowd than you're used to. But but that being said, I mean, you're trying to sell tickets on top of everything else, and that's probably not a reason. That's a reason to do it. It's definitely not one not to do it.
And when you couple that with, it's August 11th. This game is in exactly a month. And there are tickets available for a football game in Neyland Stadium. Going back, Rick, to what you said at the open, I mean, it's an indication of where Tennessee athletics, where Tennessee football is these days.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, back in our day, I was there in '88 when we went 0-6 to start off. And the stadium seats, at that time was seating 90,000 people. And, even at 0-6, we were getting 88, 89,000 people in there. It's just beyond me to think that Neyland Stadium is having trouble filling. But again, that's kind of where we are. And then, of course, the kicker is this noon kickoff, and of course, you get to thank the SEC network, I believe, for that. Our first 3 games are at noon, which I'm like, that's unheard of. The lovely times back in, where you knew your first 2 games were going to be at night. Back in the day as well. All this TV and everybody's going to kick off at noon. If it's not a premier game, it's bad. But yeah, hopefully this will get a few more seats sold, and maybe we can get 100,000 in there. But we'll see.
Johnny Majors, the Huntland graduate,
the Huntland Hornet,
the Hornet, played his football at Tennessee and coached twice at Pitt before and after his Tennessee tenure. Had 185 wins, 137 losses, 10 ties in 29 seasons. I thought this quote from Josh Heupel was pretty impressive. He said, Coach Majors was synonymous with Tennessee football, and that has become even more apparent to me in my short time here in Knoxville. He always preached attack, attack, attack to his teams, a mantra we still apply today. It's only appropriate the 2 teams he impacted the most will honor him with a game in his namesake, and we are proud to take part in it. That's kind of what you have to really think about. Coach Majors was the kind of the Bear Bryant of Tennessee, coming home, to take over a program that was and really brought them back to, kind of what it was while he was a player.
Yeah.
So, what was that like? What was it like being part of those last few years there at Tennessee with Coach Majors?
Well, and the thing about Coach Majors, he was a builder. You look back at his career and you look at his record and you say, well, that really wasn't a great record. But people don't realize the places that he went and what he did to them. He went to Iowa State, his first coaching job, turned them around in 3 years, put them in their first bowl game. He's still revered up in Iowa City. Wherever Iowa State is. Ames. He's still revered up there. He would go up there every year for a game and be honored by teams and people up there. Then, of course, he goes there to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh was a nothing team. And he got up there, and he found Tony Dorsett, of course. And, of course, one of his famous quotes is he's been from his books and so forth, that he doesn't know what they're going to do for offense, and it's terrible. And then they give the ball to Tony Dorsett as a freshman, and he's running an 80-yard touchdown, and Coach Majors is trying to keep up with him, yelling, "We got an offense! We got an offense!" So
that's all you need.
So there you go. Yeah, and then you turn around and he gives them a national championship, and then from there he comes over to Tennessee, where Bill Battle, great guy, but unfortunately was not a great coach, not a great recruiter, and takes Tennessee to the highest heights it's been since Neyland, and then of course before Coach Fulmer brought the national title. He won 3 SEC titles at UT, and of course the '85, the Sugar Balls, that everybody's going to remember. So he took programs that were down and nothing really when he got there. Tennessee, of course, still had the recognition, and then and made them national powers again. The '88 team that I was a part of was just an anomaly that happened during that time, because you got to remember, in '85 we go to the Sugar Bowl, and that's when people really thought we turned the corner.
Mm-hmm.
'86 we had a little bit down year because we ended up going to the Liberty Bowl, but of course we had a bunch of injuries. Coach, and the defense didn't play that great that year, but we ended up turning it around. We come back to '87. We go to the Kickoff Classic, win the Kickoff Classic. We end up beating Indiana in the Peach Bowl to go 10-2-1. And then you look at who we lost to in that year, and you're like, well, we lost to 2 top 10 teams, and tied Colorado. I'm sorry, I think that might have been Tech. But anyways, so we had, and then of course '89. We go 0-6 in '88. But from that point on, we won, I forgot what the record was, but we won 17 of our next 18 games, I believe it was.
Including
because,
number
of course,
5.
we go 11 and Yeah, we go 11-1 in 1989. We win 5 in a row at the end, and then of course you win a few more at the beginning of 1990. So you think about that, and then of course 91 came along, and then 92 when everything just kind of fell apart for Coach because of his heart attack, his surgery, and you know the tides of hey let's get Fulmer in here. You know he's young, he's fresh, that whole kind of deal, which unfortunately happened to Coach Fulmer 16 years later too. But Coach Majors was just a dynamo of a man who had the energy. I've never seen a more animated coach in my entire life than Coach Majors, not only in games, but in practices. He was getting in the drills. He was turning his hat around to do drills. He was getting in at quarterback. He was punting. I mean, he did everything when he was at UT, so he did everything in practice. So he could do, you know, the animations that he had just made you want to go out and play for this man. He had a great effect on anybody that played for him. And, you know, it's stuff I do today. I mean, I was interviewed a number of years ago at Coach Major's golf tournament over in Lake Kansas, and that was when I was coaching football at Spring Hill and was the freshman head coach. And, you know, I told him, I use his sayings. I use the game maxims in my talks. You know, just about everything I do with coaching, obviously modern stuff. A lot of the stuff I did in coaching, I learned from Coach Majors, how to do it, how to express it, how to, you know, get the best out of your players, whether, you know, depending on what their, you know, how they thought about things. So he had a great impact on me, not only as a player, as a person, and as a coach.
Yeah, you and so many others. We actually spoke with Coach Ray Green, who he hired up at Iowa State, the first black coach in major college football. So Johnny Majors was a big part of a lot of different programs, as you mentioned, and he is going to be honored, as we've said, September 11th at Neyland Stadium when the Vols host Pittsburgh. The Panthers come to town. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coach Brackney, thanks so much for hanging out with us, and good luck out there on the links this fall.
I appreciate it, and it's kind of like Coach Majors. I'm a builder. I'm going to build this Spring Hill High School golf in Tennessee. Got to build them up. Got to take them small, get them up. That's what I'm doing every day.
Well,
except when it's 105 degrees.
Except when it's 105.
I can't do it.
There you go. Hey, stay hydrated, Rick. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, Jim. I appreciate the time, and like I said, I can't think of a better man to honor for this game. Coach Majors is a great guy, great coach, and I'm looking forward to being at the game. I'm going to the game, and, you know, who knows? I may throw some players out there. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. But I appreciate the time, gentlemen. Y'all have a good day.
Take care. That is Rick Brackney, current Spring Hill golf and tennis coach, former walk-on under Johnny Majors at the University of Tennessee. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Atlanta Braves continue their series tonight against the Cincinnati Red Stockings, and we will talk about it when we come back on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Stick around.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Columbia. As the #1 volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's #1 volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as awarded by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Columbia. As the number one volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's number one volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as reported by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Holland's Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Holland's Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Holland's Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get a small drink or fries or a snack shake. And for the low, low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meat.
Dollar price valid for small fries and drinks, snack shakes, and classic sliders. Available at participating locations for a limited time.
Hey folks, this is Chandler Anderson from the Right Care Clinic located in front of Walmart. We've been open 11 years there now, and 11 seems to be our magic number. We open at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and we're open 7 days a week to make sure that you get the right care you need. Come on by and see Caitlin, Kim, and Robert, and they'll get you the right care. Remember, we were there for you during COVID. We never shut our doors. Right Care Walk-In Clinic located in front of Walmart, open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week. Remember, folks, we stay late so you don't wait.
Serving Murray County for 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has provided the highest quality jewelry at the very best prices. They work hard to make their customers happy, and it's paid off. Their customers keep going back. Quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. We offer jewelry loans up to $4,500, and we will buy your gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still the same. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Terrence here at Shepherd Lumberyard, where we value you, the customer. We've been serving Columbia and surrounding areas since 1946. We're located in our new location at 103 Cemetery Avenue. Anything that has to do with building or remodeling, we're here to assist. When you shop local, you help shape the community. We are locally owned, family owned, and veteran owned. And by the way,
Local sports talk you'll only find here. It's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Live from the Lee Company studio with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yow.
Welcome back, folks. JP was throwing cell phones, and then next thing I know, it disappeared, and we couldn't. It just and then was returned by the troll of the Under the Bridge. And anyway, it's been a minute.
We're back,
but we're back, and we're talking Braves.
Briefly.
We're fans too.
Briefly,
we are briefly talking Braves, but before that, tomorrow is the Field of Dreams game. And this is just a friendly reminder that Field of Dreams is overrated. So there's that.
Also want to tell you this short segment is sponsored by
Columbia Academy.
Columbia Academy.
Yeah. You want to tell us about them?
This segment's brought to you by Columbia Academy. They're scheduling appointments for visits. You can find them online at cabulldogs.org. They have campuses in Columbia and in Spring Hill, so be sure and check them out. Again, that's cabulldogs.org, Columbia Academy.
Thank you for telling us about them. Iowans have bought a billboard that basically says, hey, stop the blackouts because we get teams we don't care about here.
Well, and they are blacked out. 6 teams are blacked out in Iowa. 6.
And it's like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So can we, maybe watch who we want? And so they bought a billboard. Hopefully Rob Manfred sees it. Not that he's going to care.
Yeah.
Because he's not even going to know what that means. He's like, they play baseball here? What? What is baseball? Also, 2 Tennessee vintage baseball teams are going to be playing at Rickwood Field.
When?
I'll get you the details on that because it's going to be really cool. We'll talk more about it when we have time.
We may need to make a field trip.
That's what I was thinking. So anyway, there's that.
Braves Reds, second
Braves
game
Reds.
of the series tonight, 6:20, 5:05 pregame on our sister station, 103.7 WKRM. Tukey Toussaint gets the start, 1-2 with a 4.43 ERA.
Croissant.
Tukey Croissant. Wade Miley, 9-4 with a 2.75 goes for the Reds. Braves won 3-2 last night. They have now won 6 of their last 7 and rolling. Drew Smiley gave up a 2-run home run in the top of the second, finished up 2 runs, 2 hits over 6 innings with 7 strikeouts, 3 shutout innings from the bullpen, including Will Smith. Go figure.
But it wasn't without its drama.
Well, it wasn't without its drama, but I mean,
Either
bottom
one
line,
of them.
the bottom
Luke
line
or
is
his.
The bottom line is he brought it home.
He got it home.
Which he didn't Saturday night. So take it where it comes.
We'll take it.
So long, Kevin Smith.
Yay!
Travis
Can we get the clapping?
Can we get the clap?
See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. Yeah.
Travis d'Arnaud activated tonight and will start for the Braves against Cincinnati. Real quick, August 11th, 1968, 62-year-old Satchel Paige, 158 days short of the 5 years of playing time required for MLB pension eligibility, was signed by the Atlanta Braves as an assistant trainer and pitching coach. He had hoped to play, didn't play, pitched in a series of exhibitions the following spring, got his 158 days in between the end of the 68 season and the 69 season, drew $250 a month starting in 1972, died 10 years later. But the Braves did Satchel Paige a solid on this date in 1968.
As well they should have. And glad it was the Braves. Should have been anybody else or everybody else.
Exactly.
They all should have signed him. Nashville Sounds tonight continue their series at Louisville Slugger Field. They come in after losing 8-1 yesterday. Got a solo homer in the top of the first, and that was it. Got beat 8-1 last night. So Louisville scored 5 in the second and 3 in the third to get the win. That game is at 5:30 tonight.
Hunter Green getting the start for Louisville. Yeah.
That's kind of, and Thomas Jenkins on the bump for the Sounds, who's been solid as a reliever, not so great as a starter. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. That's going to do it for this hour. Sorry we had to get the Braves out so quickly, but that's okay. It is what it is. When we come back, Alan Taylor of The Athletic talking Florida as we continue previewing Southeastern Conference football teams. So stick around on the other side of the top of the hour. We'll be right back on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Stay with us.
Oh, whale! Guys, whale! Wow, whale. Oh, that's a big whale. Okay. Whale, whale, whale. Oh no, whale!
The tides can turn quick on the water. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered. Get a quote today in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com.
Well, at least it wasn't a shark, am I right?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Roofing isn't something you think about until you need it. When you do, let Roof Systems Inc. be your first call. Roof Systems Inc. is locally owned and has been providing excellent service since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes or installing new roofs for large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Why choose Roof Systems Inc.? Well, in our customers' words, best experience I've had with construction-related business. Honest, professional, friendly, and affordable. Call today, 931-398-5977. That's 931-398-5977.
Continuing the call for Americans to get vaccinated. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. President Biden today meeting virtually with executives to discuss ways to increase the country's coronavirus vaccination numbers.
The White House says companies like United Airlines and Kaiser Permanente, which have employee vaccine requirements, are models for other private firms. During a virtual meeting, the president asked CEOs and other leaders to talk to industry peers about implementing similar policies. Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
I wouldn't say it was meant to be a decision meeting as much as a discussion about best practices, what is working for these industries.
President Biden has mandated all civilian federal employees get vaccinated or face strict coronavirus protocols.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland at the White House. The CDC is urging all pregnant women to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The recommendation coming as hospitals in hotspots around the country report increasing numbers of unvaccinated mothers-to-be seriously ill with the virus. Pregnant women run a higher risk of severe illness from coronavirus, but their vaccination rates are low. A judge today ordering Trump accounting firm Mazars to turn over some but not all of the former president's financial records to a House committee.
The documentation, according to the judge, should only cover the Trump Hotel in Washington. It will not include disclosure forms detailing his assets and liabilities. The former president has long resisted handing over his financial records. The Manhattan DA is already in possession of Trump's tax returns.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Defense officials say the Taliban could isolate Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, in 30 days and potentially take it over in 90. Taliban fighters have taken control of 8 provincial capitals, now controlling roughly 2/3 of the country. The Taliban have been rapidly gaining ground as U.S. and other international forces withdraw from Afghanistan after 20 years of fighting. America's listening to Fox News.
School's out for summer! But if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system. No matter how big your business grows, with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program to those ready to graduate.
Head to netsuite.com/Fox right now. netsuite.com/Fox.
Officials are again warning Americans in areas with low vaccination rates they could be susceptible to coronavirus.
As hurricane season moves into its most active weeks, President Biden warns states along the Gulf Coast have some of the lowest vaccination rates for COVID-19.
If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting.
Mayo Clinic infectious disease expert John Ahoro predicts the Delta variant will continue to accelerate in communities with low vaccination rates.
What we've seen in other countries is that Delta seems to hit fast and hard, so that this peak will probably come in the next several weeks, and then we'll see a period of rapid decline.
Dr. O'Horo says vaccination rates will determine what happens this winter in Atlanta. Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
Former university criminology and sociology professor Gary Maynard is accused of starting a number of wildfires in Northern California.
He is accused of setting 7 fires this year. He became a suspect in early July when a Forest Service investigator found him hiding under his car, stuck in a ditch near Mount Shasta. Maynard refused to come out or identify himself and became uncooperative and agitated, quote, and was mumbling and displaying bipolar behavior, according to witnesses. The next day, another fire. Investigators found similar tire treads.
Fox's William LaJeunesse. Valparaiso University has adopted the Beacons as its new team name, replacing the Crusaders, a term school officials dropped this year after saying it had been embraced by hate groups. School officials announced in February that they had retired the Crusaders, that decision coming after a debate recently intensified because groups such as the Ku Klux Klan began using the words and symbols of the Crusades, the bloody religious wars between Christians and Muslims. I'm Rich Dennison, and this is Fox News.
School's out for summer. But if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. Their manual processes, integration difficulties, and glitchy delays will leave you scrambling for the numbers you need. Failing to graduate to NetSuite will leave you stuck in summer school while your friends party. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. Automate your processes with NetSuite and close your books in no time. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since graduating to NetSuite. Special financing is back. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program to those ready to graduate.
Head to netsuite.com/Fox right now. netsuite.com/Fox. netsuite.com/Fox. Local high school sports and beyond. It's on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today.
Oh. I was waiting for live from the Lee Company studio.
That was an oldie but goodie. Yeah, well, it caught me off guard, too. I was waiting for me to say something else, too.
You were waiting for you to say something else? Love that.
Yeah, put that on a bumper sticker.
That was so good. I was waiting for it, and it never came.
No comment.
Wow. What a start to the second hour of Southern Middle Tennessee Sports
At
Today.
least I can't hear us in Winchester anymore. Maurice Patton, J.P. Plant behind on the buttons over here, and Chris Yow is awake but has lost it.
Yeah, you do you.
You do.
And you had to be in here during the break to understand that little insight, but
yeah,
very fitting.
Hopefully he'll be back with us in a second, which is more than we can say for our segment 4 guest, apparently. It's been a while since I've been stood up. Jody, don't get any ideas.
It's not been a while since we've been, by somebody that's associated with Florida. Screwed. Those guys.
We expected to have Alan Taylor of The Athletic on with us to discuss Florida football and continue our Southeastern Conference football previews that we started yesterday with Mitchell Forty of PowerMizzou.com. We have not been able to make contact with Mr. Taylor despite exhaustive attempts during the break. So we will try to reset that for another time. In the meantime,
and that's okay because we had to rush through that baseball segment.
Yeah,
so
we
plenty.
really had more to say about baseball than we did, so I guess we'll say it.
Say it. You had something to say. You had something to say.
Yeah.
Say something. It's this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
that's
Soon.
unfortunate.
Saturday, August 14th at 11 a.m.
Oh, that's early.
At Rickwood Field in Birmingham, the oldest continuously used professional baseball ballpark in America.
Who's playing?
You know, it doesn't say. It just says.
The reason I ask is because I know at least one person that plays vintage baseball, and if it was her team, I'd try to get her on.
That was kind of my thought. Was I would like to know who's playing, but it just says two teams from the Tennessee Association of Vintage Baseball. So, and I've tried to look up on their Facebook
Who's playing
to get a better. But it does not say which two teams anywhere on their Facebook in the event. Nothing. So. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
That being said, still cool if you're in Birmingham, you're listening down in Birmingham, and you got nothing to do on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Rickwood Field is always a good time. One of the coolest experiences is the Rickwood Classic each year.
Mm-hmm.
And so any chance that I get to go to Rickwood, I usually do. Like I said, I used to get up on the roof during Miles College baseball games. Yeah, that was fun. And go chase foul balls. And
if it was Saturday week,
yeah,
I'd go.
I would too, because I'm already going to be down there Saturday week for a 7 o'clock affair with some friends.
Well, I wasn't already going to be down there, but I've got
could have went with me.
I've got an assignment Saturday night that we'll be talking more about in this segment, in this hour.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little baseball. Let's talk a little more about this blackout situation. You said 6 teams?
6 teams are blacked out in Iowa. The Cubs, the White Sox, the Royals, the Cardinals, the Twins, and the Brewers. None of which are in Iowa.
None of which are in Iowa, which means even if you bought MLB TV, you would not get to see 6 different teams.
6 teams. There are 30 teams in Major League Baseball. 6 of 30, that's 20%. 20% of the teams you cannot see.
Can you not see them, or are they on, like, do you have RSNs?
Well, I mean, now that I can't answer. I don't live in Iowa. But
I wonder if they have 6 different RSNs. I can't imagine they do.
RSNs being regional sports networks for the uninitiated.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just assume if you're listening to us, you have a working knowledge because we're,
You know what happens when you assume.
There's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I understand the thought process behind the blackouts when they started, but at this point they make no sense.
Well, I don't think they made any sense when they started. I mean, I live 4 hours from Atlanta. I wasn't going to go and see all 81 of their home games, even if I could.
Right? I mean,
So, no, it doesn't. The blackouts, I don't know that the blackouts ever made sense.
I mean,
and I've never seen my dad so mad that it wasn't at me as he was when he
did. I mean, even if you lived in Atlanta, I mean, you're not going to go to all 81 home games.
Yeah. So you're telling me I can't see the game? I mean, it's doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
But you can if you have cable.
You can if you have cable.
Yeah. You can see the game.
You just can't get the stream then?
Right. I mean, if all 6 of those teams have regional sports networks in Iowa, you can see those games.
If you have cable.
If you have cable. But you probably only get one depending on where you live.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if all 6 are blacked out in the entire state or if it's just
portions of the state. Or
if there are 6 across the state, depending on where you live. I mean, there are so many things.
It's not very big, though. So,
but there are 6 teams apparently within
striking
close enough distance that they're blacked out on.
Yeah. So
it's insane.
It is, and it just doesn't make for a sport that really needs to be more fan friendly than it is. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
If you ain't preaching, we've talked about it on the show. Baseball is in a crisis as far as fanship and viewership goes.
Mm-hmm.
And
then they pull this.
And you're making it harder for people to see baseball. That doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't compute. It really doesn't.
Does not compute.
Yep. So.
I mean, it's unfortunate. It really is. Talking a little more about the Braves as we talked earlier, Travis d'Arnaud getting back is pretty big. Rosario is
Kevin Smith getting gone is bigger.
Rosario is
starting rehab.
He's starting in Gwinnett tonight. I don't know that he's necessarily even. I mean, I'm not sure you bring him up.
What do you do with him if you do?
Right. I mean, that's kind of an issue.
And not just what do you do with him if you do, but who do you?
You can't send him down. Who do you send down?
Almonte.
Is Almonte still on the roster? Because if he is, then yes, that's the case.
I've not seen otherwise.
I guess he is.
I don't know why.
So he's your fourth. He's the 4th outfielder right now.
Basically.
Well, then I can see that. I mean, RC is not going anywhere. No,
RC is all right.
That's not what I mean.
Adrianza.
Adrianza is not going anywhere.
No, because
he's your only
and especially with Freddie Freeman moving around the way he was last night. Because he's going to come in at third when Riley goes to first when Freeman comes out.
That's right. You have to have.
So Adrianza isn't going anywhere.
Nope. So you have. Then Huascar Noah was long tossing last night inside Truist Park. So I assume that he's planning on.
But was he in the batting cage?
That's really what matters. Because honestly, if he's on the roster, he's more of a threat as a hitter
at this moment
than a pitcher. So there's that. Got to think his hand is doing well. Obviously, if he's long tossing, so he's thrown some rehab assignments. He's probably feeling good, so I'm sure he gets the call up as soon as it is his turn to pitch. And then,
unless he's coming out the pen,
I don't think he's coming out of the pen. I don't think he is. I mean, obviously, right now we've been kind of patchworking that 5th spot anyway. But then you've got Ian Anderson, who is apparently on the short list for Rookie of the Year. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, he has been good. Don't get me wrong, but like I guess it just didn't.
I still think he was better last year.
Well,
and I wonder how much his performance last year has to do with his Rookie of the Year consideration this year, because he's been okay this year. I don't know that he's necessarily been great this year. d'Arnaud is starting and batting 7th tonight, as you said. So it's Albee, Soler, Freeman, Riley, Swanson, Duvall, d'Arnaud, Heredia, and Croissant. I'm sorry, Toussaint.
Look at me predicting where he'd hit, because
with the big brain.
You know me, I'm thinking just like
you and Snitker.
Me and Snitker, we think alike.
Yeah, y'all are soulmates.
So in 96 innings pitched this year, Ian Anderson's a 3.56 ERA. That's a half run.
Who was
worse.
Trevor Rogers from Miami was the only guy ahead of him in a Rookie of the Year consideration article that I saw here a few days ago. I think it was Jim Bowden with MLB.com. So
Gotcha. He has been so much. He was much better last year in those 32 innings pitch, which obviously super small sample size.
And 3.56 ERA ain't nothing to argue with. I mean, I didn't realize it was that.
No, and opponent batting average at 226.
You take that.
I'll take it all day. I mean, the real surprise here is that he's even eligible, but I guess he only pitched 32 innings last year. So there you go.
Yeah.
That blew me away. So what do you do with these pitchers once you get them back?
It's a great problem to have.
Finally. Especially if Matzik continues pitching the way that he's been pitching. Rodriguez has been fantastic. Jackson and Will Smith are the same person.
Just throw with different arms.
They throw with different arms, and only one of them typically gets the benefit of the doubt, whatever game they're pitching in. So,
at Jake Morley, I'm sorry, at Jake_Morley. I'm assuming they are referring to MLB.TV blackouts. In theory, they should be able to watch those teams locally if blacked out on MLB.TV. Here in Tennessee, the Reds and Braves are blacked out, but available on local cable channels. Well, that's all well and good if you got local cable. I don't.
Yeah, like if you have Hulu or YouTube TV, you can't get Bally Sports. And that's a problem.
Right.
And in the world that we live in today, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm paying you for a streaming service, well, we're paying them, though. That's the thing.
Money the other way. Cable and MLB trying to hold on to cable.
They are. And I thought sports was going to be the reason that cable
died. The straw
died.
that broke the camel's back. Yeah.
And I was wrong. You ever been wrong? Happened to me. I mean, I really thought when ESPN Plus and ESPN3 began that it was over. There were that regional sports networks and cable were done for, and unfortunately, that's not the case. So it is what it is.
Yep.
We cannot do anything about it. Call your local cable provider. Tell them to kiss off, I guess.
Good luck with that.
Don't do that, because then you can't watch the Braves or the Reds, apparently, in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, yeah.
Oh, man. Hate that for them. Let's talk some high school football. What do you say?
Let's try.
All right. When we come back, we're going to try to get Zion Christian football coach Jeff Jordan on the line. Maybe we'll have better luck.
I'd hope so.
Than we did in the last segment. So
I think we're about out of baseball to talk about.
Yeah, well, there's that. So when we come back, it's Jeff Jordan on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Stick with us.
Ahoy! Yoo-hoo! Ahoy! 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 Ahoy!
In the name of the great Neptune, ahoy!
The tides can turn quick on the water. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered with basic plans starting at $100 a year. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Annual premium for a basic liability policy not available in all states. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Delta variant is spreading fast. All this week, Stinchfield details calls for new lockdowns, more masks, and even vaccination mandates. Watch Stinchfield tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. He reveals the truth and the big dangers. Find Newsmax on all major cable systems like DirecTV, Dish, and Xfinity, or free on Samsung, Roku, Zumo, Pluto, and more. Also, download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone. Watch Stinchfield tonight. More than 30 million Americans are tuning into Newsmax because it's real news for real people.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn. Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing the community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. 931-309-1644.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. By now, you all know about Don, our service truck guy. Well, let me tell you about another member of our service team, and that's Mike Ashley. He's the guy you'll talk to when you call the office. Just call and talk to Mike one time at 931-540-0919, and you'll see why we're lucky to have him here at the Garbage Man. Thanks, Mike, for all you do to keep the Garbage Man first in service. That's 931-540-0919.
Why do people trust Tillis Jewelry with their jewelry repairs?
Hi, this is Terry Tillis. We feel each piece of jewelry is important to our customers, and they deserve the utmost care with every item that is brought to us. Your jewelry is inspected when we receive it to determine exactly what repairs are needed. A photo is taken and documented, and then it goes to our goldsmith. Once the repair is completed, the jewelry is re-inspected to make sure it has been restored to its original condition.
Come see us at Tillis Jewelry, located in Columbia and Lewisburg.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter, like the stair that only creaks when everyone else in the house is asleep. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, Beck Dental Care has been the personalized and comfortable option for the health of your smile. The caring staff maintains a high level of safety protocols and attention to detail. Advanced technology provides your choice of sedation and the best of dental implant solutions to restore complete oral health. Open until 7 p.m. 2 nights a week. 931-388-8452. Beck Dental Care in Columbia, 1603 Rosewood Drive.
Local sports talk you'll only find here. It's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Live from the Lee Company studio with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yow.
Welcome back in. Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint, coming up on the bottom half of hour number 2. That one actually had the little live from
it was there.
Studio.
I said what I was waiting to hear.
You know, you wouldn't have to use the effects on that if we had Mel Tillis doing it. Just saying. Look,
it's been that kind of day, huh?
It really has.
Been that kind of day.
It's been the Mondayest Wednesday ever on this show.
That's at Chris Yow 14.
Hey, listen, Mel Tillis never had made any bones about the fact that he stuttered. I'm just saying. He never made any bones about it, and was certainly not above making fun of himself for doing it. So,
by the way, yes, the name is up with the Twitter handle in case you're watching on Facebook.
Thank you.
If you need, yeah.
I just for either our radio listeners or our visually impaired, whichever, it's at Chris Yow 14. It's not at Mo Patton _sports. I didn't say that stuff. So just
don't come for me, Pam. I mean, unless you
unless listen to you.
Coach Jeff Jordan is on the line right now, and he's going, "What in the world?
What have I got myself into?" That's it.
Coach, we're trying to put off talking about 8-man football as long as we can
because we know none of us knows anything about it.
Because nobody on this show has any idea what it's about. But you got a little taste of it last Saturday, as did Mo. I got a little taste. So, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's more similar to the 11-man game than people would probably think. So you lose 2 offensive linemen and 1 eligible receiver. And other than that, everything can look exactly the same. We can run an I formation. We can run a spread formation without a running back, or you can have 3 receivers and a running back. But it looks really similar to the 11-man game.
And it looks real similar to the 11-man game when you load up front the way South Haven Christian did against you guys in the second portion of your jamboree up at Christian Community Schools Saturday night. I mean, they look like – I never expected to see power football in 8-man football the way they lined up and ran it. I mean and I'm not sure what you were expecting, but what was it like watching that aspect of the game?
I mean, it was a little surprising, but honestly, I didn't know what to expect going into it, so I kind of just had an open mind to everything and told the boys that we would adjust as I saw things. Generally, when you go into a game, you have some scout film, or maybe you played against that coach before and you kind of know what they'll run. But coming to this league, I had no clue what anybody was going to run. So I was surprised to see that kind of size and power coming at us, but I think the boys handled the adjustments and handled everything pretty well.
Speaking with Jeff Jordan, Zion Christian football coach, between his Saturday jamboree appearance up at Christian Community Schools and his 8-man football season opener Saturday against South Haven Christian in Springfield. Jeff, what do you think you can take out of Saturday to get ready for Saturday? I think it's a little unique, I guess, to face a team in a jamboree and then get to actually play a game against that same team a week later.
Yeah, that's definitely something you don't see often. What I can take away from it is more so on the game planning side. I can see what they run, see what they like to do, and I can make some adjustments off of that. And the same goes to them. They see what we run, and they'll make their adjustments as well.
You say that, but I mean, it's not like you were out there showing a lot of stuff because you didn't have a whole lot of stuff to show.
No, not at all. So, like I told the boys before, I just wanted to see them compete and have it. So yeah, it's unique, but the adjustments I see that I need to make was more so on my game planning side, not necessarily in what the boys were doing. We had some execution issues in the game, but other than that, the boys played hard, and if we can repeat that this week, I think that'll be awesome.
How do you feel about the offensive mindset of this team? You know, are you going to try to be kind of wide open, or do you expect to have to utilize the run game in unique ways? What's most likely to be seen out at Holcomb Field this year?
Well, my plan going into this was to be pretty similar to my 11-man offense because we were so close to our season and we had already worked all of the summer on our 11-man offense. So to switch to 8-man at the last minute, I didn't have time to do research to see what's most successful and know where my guys will fit. So I basically just have to do what I know at this point in time. So it'll look similar to what I was planning on doing. We'll spread it out some and try and pass the ball, but we'll also try and run the ball a lot too.
it looked like if Saturday night was any indication that you've got some guys that can make some plays for you in the passing game, in particular with Jack Williams and Max Brown. We saw Max a lot last year and continues to be dangerous down the field. And a couple of guys that can throw it for you as well.
Yeah, I thought both quarterbacks played pretty well. Jaron and Logan both did a great job in the situations that they were put in. Max and Jack did a great job as well. I think Brandon Porter at end is going to be a weapon for us as well. And we'll make some adjustments this week as we continue to figure out what works. I think the offense is going to look even better coming this weekend.
It's going to be exciting. Eight-man football is a unique sport. One of the more unique things about it is the offensive line being just three people. Stop me if I'm wrong. Are any of those eligible as tight ends or no?
Yes, they can be. There's no numbers in eight-man football.
That's what
Whereas in 11-man, if you have a number between 50 and 79, you're not eligible for a pass. If you play on the line, you have to wear a number between 50 and 79. In eight-man football, you can wear whatever number you want, and you're eligible as long as you're the end man on the line of scrimmage or you're off the ball.
So then the center can't be eligible, but anybody else?
He can be.
Well,
okay.
If
there's nobody line, okay.
You go unbalanced line.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That
you
gets
go
interesting.
unbalanced, you can make the center. You can make the center eligible. So I equate it to flag football. If anybody's ever played in an adult flag football league, it's similar to that.
Maybe if you have to, once you get a chance to get into this, maybe you can head up to Fairview and see if Chris Hughes has got anything up his sleeve, since he's such a massive flag football quarterback. But
I bet he can draw me up in plays that would score some touchdowns pretty quick. So.
I bet you're right. Speaking with Jeff Jordan, the Zion Christian football coach, as he gets prepared for his season opener against South Haven Christian. Jeff, one of the things that you said to me after the jamboree on Saturday was, with the three-man line, those defenders are closer to the backfield than you kind of realize.
Yes, that is very true. They got back there a lot faster than we had anticipated, and after talking with, he told me the same thing. So we've made some adjustments on some game planning types of things. In 11-man football, generally they're going to send an extra guy, and the quarterback, that's who the quarterback is responsible for. So through our game planning this week, I've told both quarterbacks, I can block 3, you're responsible for the 4th, and we'll do our best to make it work that way. I think we've made some adjustments this week that'll help us execute that a little better.
Well, that seems fair. You can block 3, and the 4th one's on him.
That's the same way it is in 11-man football. So it's just it's not. The real difference is what the field is going to look like with only 80 yards instead of 100. I think that gets a little unique. But other than that, it seems to be like you guys are. What's that?
Well, not all fields will be 80 yards. So
really?
Our field will be 100 yards.
I'm
the
sorry.
Only thing that's regulated.
You broke up on us just a second, Jeff. Your field will be 100. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, will y'all be? What width will you be at?
We'll get 40 yards.
Okay.
Then they give it's 40 yards wide, and then either 80 or 100.
And y'all are going to play 100.
Yeah, we'll play 100 because that's what our field is. Community Christian was 80. They use the outfield of their baseball field, so they didn't have 100 yards to get.
Okay, gotcha.
That makes sense. Okay, well then the field will not look any different.
Yes, and the way Coach Flanders at Community Christian explained it to me, he's a head coach of Community Christian, and he's the director of the football league. In 11-man football, the width the width of the field is one player per 4.9 yards, and in 8-man football, it's one player per 5 yards. So the spacing is the same. It's just less people.
It's interesting.
Makes sense to me, man. That's really cool. So we're really interested to see how this goes. I know you are, kind of still getting your feet wet, but athlete wise, you guys have some great athletes, and you're definitely going to be, you're definitely going to be competitive in this league. So we look forward to what you guys are able to do in year one, and getting used to it just as we are.
Definitely. So we'll play Saturday at South Haven, and next Saturday we'll be at home at Holcomb Field for our first ever home game. So if anybody wants to come out and take in this 8-man football game, come out next Saturday, August 21st at 6 p.m. We'll play against Franklin Classical.
Should be fun. Jeff Jordan, Zion football coach, joining us here on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Coach, thanks again so much for taking some time with us. We appreciate it, and we will see you soon.
All right. I appreciate what y'all do for us.
Yes, sir. There you go. It's going to be fun. It's
interesting.
It's a unique game.
I checked one off the bucket list Saturday night. Saw some 8-man football. I'll actually see a game Saturday night. So.
That you will. All right, we are going to get out of here for segment number 5. We got Wild and Wacky Wednesday coming up, and let's just say the sports theme will continue, at least in the beginning, because it's wild and it's wacky. So stick around. Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Back after this.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Columbia. As the #1 volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's #1 volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as reported by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get a small drink or fries or a snack shake. And for the low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meat.
Dollar price valid for small fries and drinks, snack shakes, and classic sliders. Available at participating locations for a limited time.
Hey folks, this is Chandler Anderson from the Right Care Clinic located in front of Walmart. We've been open 11 years there now, and 11 seems to be our magic number. We open at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and we're open 7 days a week to make sure that you get the right care you need. Come on by and see Caitlin, Kim, and Robert, and they'll get you the right care. Remember, we were there for you during COVID. We never shut our doors. Right Care Walk-In Clinic located in front of Walmart, open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week. Remember, folks, we stay late so you don't wait.
Serving Murray County for 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has provided the highest quality jewelry at the very best prices. They work hard to make their customers happy, and it's paid off. Their customers keep going back. Quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. We offer jewelry loans up to $4,500, and we will buy your gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still the same. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Terrence here at Shepherd Lumberyard, where we value you, the customer. We've been serving Columbia and surrounding areas since 1946. We're located in our new location at 103 Cemetery Avenue. Anything that has to do with building or remodeling, we're here to assist. When you shop local, you help shape the community. We are locally owned, family owned, and veteran owned. And by the way, God is in charge. You can reach us at 931-388-3612, and our website is shepherdlumberyard@yahoo.com.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
This is Lee Maddox, voice of the Columbia Central High Lions football. We are excited for our 75th year of broadcasting Lions football on WKRM 103.7 and 1340 AM. Join us this Friday, August 13th at Lindsey Nelson Stadium for the Murray County Jamboree presented by First Farmers. Columbia Academy will face Good Pasture at 6 p.m., followed by Spring Hill and Dixon County at 7, and at 8 p.m. your Columbia Lions will face Creekwood. That's this Friday, August 13th at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, the Murray County Jamboree presented by First Farmers.
It's Wild and Wacky Wednesday on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today with the two zaniest guys this side of the Duck River. It's like you've joined a circus or something. Here's Chris and Mo.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We never got our circus music. Oh, there it is. Circus.
I still think we need the baby elephant thing. The what is it? Walk of the baby elephants? Or
something like that, yeah. The dance or the...
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
So I'm going to start this Wild and Wacky Wednesday with some sports uniform news. Have you guys seen the new Texas A&M and Nebraska uniforms?
Have not.
Have you ever seen Nebraska's Cornhusker big red mascot with the red overalls?
Yeah.
That's the uniform.
That's the uniform.
With the red
The pinstripes?
No.
The red overalls with
he has
straps coming.
It's a white jersey up here.
Okay.
Yeah, with red straps.
Okay.
How do you get a 20-year-old to wear that? You don't.
Ask Scott Frost.
I mean, when they did the black uniforms, I thought Nebraska was going to burn down.
Well, the black uniforms for
Made
Nebraska
sense.
aren't so bad because that's their black shirts, the
Right.
defense.
Yeah.
So,
But still, I mean, this is you're trying to put kids in
red overall.
red overalls.
And I guess the pants that you wear with that are red then, right?
Right. Now, it could be worse. You could play for Texas A&M, who now I'm pretty sure these were mock-ups and jokes. I don't know. It very well could be real.
Did they have Adidas on
Yes,
it? They're both
of them are
Adidas schools, are they
both
not?
of them are Adidas schools.
That's what I
So
thought.
they could very well be real.
This very well.
I saw the Nebraska ones. I've not seen A&M. What you
It's
got?
even worse.
What?
This is.
No,
It's denim.
I refuse to believe it's worse.
It's denim. It's denim. Can you see that on the screen?
Yep.
Can they see that on the screen?
Yeah, they can.
It's denim.
Okay, I was wrong.
You ever been wrong? Happened to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did Vince Wilfork go to A&M or something?
Oh, nice. That was nice. That was nice. Oh, good one. Yeah, so anyway, I don't think that's happening for real, but if it did, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It is Adidas. They've done weirder things. So
I could see Nebraska. I don't. In the SEC? Come on now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
We take our football seriously.
Well, and right as they were on the cusp of becoming a major player last year, and they've got a good.
They're ranked what, 5th, 6th in the preseason
They
poll?
are
Number
6th in the preseason poll.
Yeah.
Right behind Georgia.
I mean,
You don't do that if you're number 6.
if you're trying to be taken seriously,
Unless you're
Yeah.
Oregon. But Oregon did it first.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's that.
And it's it's Nike and
Yeah.
Bill Nye. I mean, it
It made sense.
it makes sense at Oregon.
I mean, some NAIA school or something like that, but no, not Texas A&M.
So much for being the major school in that state. I mean, with a uniform like that, it's just opening the door for Texas.
Right? You don't think Texas is going to use it? Trust me, son, we'll never make you wear anything.
You won't wear
like
denim
that.
in Austin.
Our helmets may have a cowboy hat on top of it one day, but that's about it.
But we're not going to make you play in denim. No. Come to Austin.
Here is a unique statistic. 1 in 22 people are psychopaths.
1 in 22.
1 in 22.
What's the official moniker for a psychopath? Does it not say?
I mean, it doesn't, but the top 10 jobs with the most psychopaths.
It's not sports
Media.
journalism.
CEO,
Okay.
lawyer,
Yeah.
radio host.
Okay.
So, JP,
Yep.
you know 22 radio hosts?
So, I guess, if you got a little genius in you, huh? You're a psychopath?
A person suffering from chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior.
Wow.
If 1 in 22 people are psychopaths, and the number 3 job that they pick is radio host, and the number 6 job they pick is journalist, one of us is a psychopath.
Yeah, numbers aren't in our favor.
So I'm just saying.
Not in our favor.
Goodness gracious.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Let's hope our other halves aren't listening right about now.
Hey, JP, you got Venmo?
I have an account. I don't remember the last time I've been to Venmo, but yes.
So, we eat lunch together quite a bit, right?
The 3 of us, yes.
So the next time that you reach over and take a few fries, I'll make sure to charge you for that, like this gentleman who charged his friend 47 cents for eating some of their fries on
Wow. Wow.
Where did he come up with 47
cents?
That's a great question. I thought it was, I don't know. All I know is the other person settled on a total of $23.83 for the guy's meal plus tip, and then he got the 47 cents for snaking a few fries. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it should be $10. If your friend buys you something small like coffee or coffee or something, like if I just say, hey, I got this one.
Yeah.
You get me next time.
Yeah,
Like, that's the
exactly.
limit, right?
Uh-huh.
It's all cool. Up to $10.
Yep.
So, anyway, I just thought that was funny.
Wow.
I'm going to charge you for Venmo.
47 cents, though. I think that's what gets me.
Yeah, I want to know how that one came about for sure.
Yeah, any comment response from that in the Venmo app?
I would love it.
You're dreaming.
So, you guys, I don't know if you're like me. My kitchen table kind of catches stuff.
Okay.
A lot of junk mail does my kitchen table catch.
Yes. Okay.
If I lived in Taft, California, about 100 miles northwest of Los Angeles, I wouldn't have that issue because apparently there's a thief running around stealing folks' junk mail.
Junk mail.
But not their kitchen tables.
Out of their house.
Out of their house?
He goes into a home. All right. Brand new Roomba in the house.
Yeah.
He opens the box, takes the Roomba out, takes the box with him. Then he rips a big hole in the bathroom wall for no reason, starts going through the drawers, but left all the valuables behind. But he did find something worth stealing, and that was, the Roomba.
Yeah.
Left that box, left the Roomba, took the box, and then picked up a suitcase and hauled it out, thinking, there's got to be something in there, right? Nope, it was full of junk mail.
Yeah.
So the person who lives there spotted them in the driveway, chased them off, and said he stole the suitcase with the junk mail. The cops eventually found the suitcase, but we don't know if they caught the person or not. It's also not clear if they got the junk mail back.
Well, all you got to do is just listen to the evening radio show for the psychopath radio broadcaster that is stealing junk mail in Taft, California.
Because, without question, that's psychopathic.
All I'm saying is I'm not mad at the guy if he comes in and takes my
Junk
box.
mail? Yeah.
Because now I don't have
Take
to
it
go
out the trash.
recycle. I don't have to go recycle the box
That's
that
true.
the Roomba came in.
There's a favor.
And he's taking my junk mail off too. I'm good.
Yeah.
If he'd asked real nicely, I'd have just given it to him.
Well,
Not only that,
it
I'd
doesn't
give
steal
him,
your identity, though.
Give him all my junk mail.
junk mail typically doesn't have anything more than
That's
your
true.
name and address on
That's
it. But
true.
still, I mean, that's a favor. That's
A lot of
not
coupons
thief.
in there, too, I guess. Maybe that's...
That could be it.
Yeah, a lot of coupons.
I do
A lot of good deals with cable companies.
If you want to watch
If you wanna watch
RSNs. That's about it. I mean, that's all I got. Now, I saved the best for last. I
Okay.
don't know if you guys have any wild and wacky, wildest news from across the world, but I do have this one, and I saved this one for last because, well, folks in the UK, all I'm saying,
Jolly old England.
all I'm saying is sometimes they're out there. And there's a reason.
Be careful. You're in the midst of someone who knows has a family member who lives over there.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's hope that she stays at this hotel and gives us a first-hand report when she comes in next month.
Okay.
Well, I would almost send her the $277 it takes to stay there because it is
Okay.
a Willy Wonka themed hotel room that includes lickable wallpaper.
Oh, hello.
Lickable.
You heard me. Did I?
Is it? Turnabout's fair play, Mo.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely. Yeah.
A hotel in the UK will soon be offering a stays in Willy Wonka themed hotel room with lickable wallpaper. It also will have. It's happening at what is called the Chocolate Box. It is a
Okay.
chocolate themed hotel in Bournemouth, on the southern coast of England, a little more than 100 miles southwest of London. If that means anything to you, it does not to me. In addition to the lickable wallpaper that's in a variety of fruity flavors, there's also a chocolate fountain with fruit and marshmallows for dipping, bowls
Okay.
of candy that can be restocked at no extra charge.
Yeah. Any bubble gum that can help you fly?
That's what I'm hoping. The room key, well, I don't know, because the last sweet candy that I ate that made me fly, I did not want to eat it again. The room key looks like a golden ticket, and you can take a bath in chocolate if you want to.
So tell me, do they repaper this room after every stay or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
Correct. They re-wallpaper the room.
So they say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah, let's go stay in this room in the middle of a pandemic.
Not that with the wallpaper that somebody else has licked. No, thank you.
These snozberries taste like snozberries. All I'm saying is,
Lickable wallpaper and chocolate boxes.
Can we get some of that wallpaper on I wish we'd have had some of that on the school bus that I rode, and I wouldn't have had to lick just the windows.
Explains so much, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, that's my wild and wacky for the day and the week. That's all I got. Appreciate
It is
you.
wild.
Appreciate
It
you
is
guys
wacky.
hanging out with us, man. It's been a Wednesday. It's been the Mondayest Wednesday of all time for us, but it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. Thursday is always a fun day here, so come join us. Same bat time, same bat channel. 1017 WKOM. WZYX 94.5 The Eagle for 2 hours tomorrow. If you missed any part of the show, it is available on the podcast wherever you get your podcasts: Apple, Spotify, TuneCore, all those places. Check them out. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us again. Come back tomorrow, 4 p.m. For JP Plant and Mo Patton, I'm Chris Yow saying have a great day and stay cool, Columbia.